is Chapter 7, If Practice Exercise. It is very similar to If Statement 1, only this time I'm going to see if the county is weld, and if it is, I'm going to multiply the credit hours in E times in district, and if it's not, I'm going to multiply the credit hours in E times out of district. So this is a more common formula. Usually you're not going to have a formula that just gives you one answer. Usually your formula wants to do some kind of calculation. So again, the question is county in C equal weld? And if the answer is true, multiply credit hours in E times in district rate in J2. Else, or if it's not, multiply credit hours in E times out of district rate in J3. So the answer is going to be in the tuition column. FX, category is logical, function is if, question is county equal to quote, weld, quote, any text has to be in quotes. If it's true, I'm going to multiply credit hours times in district rate, and if it's false, I'm going to multiply credit hours times out of district rate. So if my answer is true, it's credit hours times in district rate. If my answer is false, it's credit hours times out of district rate. Hit OK, copy your formula down. Again, those pesky zeros. So go back to your first formula, and the problem is, again, is C2 is weld. If I go down a cell, C3, C4, C5 equals weld. And then it also takes all the cells and goes down a row. So my question is, if C2 equals weld, E2 times J2, if I go down a row, it's E3 times J3, E4 times J4, E5 times J5. So I want to go back to my original formula, and again, make the cells that should not move, those cells need to be absolute. So on my original formula, C2 should go down to C3, C4, C5, but J2 and J3 should not move. So I click on J2, make it absolute, click on J3, make it absolute. Make sure if you're going to type in the formula, it's equals if parentheses C2 equals quote weld quote then comma. So the question is C2 equals weld, comma separates your question from your true from your false. So it's question comma C2 equals weld. What do I do if it's true? E2 times J2, J2 is absolute, comma, what do I do if it's false? E2 times J3, J3 is absolute. Hit enter. Here's my new and improved formula, has the absolute addresses, copy it down. So that is C2 equals weld, yes, 15 hours times $50 an hour. Is C3 equals weld? No, so it's 12 hours times 75 an hour. Is C4 weld? Yes, 9 hours times $50. Again, if I change this from weld to Denver, the 450 is going to change. Watch this. To 675, because now this is not Weld County anymore. So again, make sure your entire column has an if statement. Don't just plug numbers in. And that's a review for if statement 2.